Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 lazy people who are secretly genius. So you may think that lazy people are just that, plain lazy. But if you look beyond their laziness, you can actually see a glimpse of genius. Here are some lazy people who decided to make their lives way easier in very fun ways. Before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming in at number 10 we have Traffic Jam Chill. So nobody likes getting stuck in traffic. It can be very boring and make you very annoyed. But the only thing worse than bad traffic is actually being stuck in a traffic jam for minutes or sometimes even hours. Well, one day that's what happened to one lazy person. But instead of getting bad-tempered and sitting in their hot car, they decided to do something lazy but genius. They pulled out a hammock, attached one half to their car, the other half to the bridge, and chilled out. I guess work can wait. This guy turned a living nightmare into something many people do on vacation. It may not be the best scenery, but this guy's got his shades on and he doesn't care at all. If he was late for work doing this, I just hope his boss didn't see this picture. But you have to admit, this guy's very creative. And it really makes me wonder if I should start taking a hammock around everywhere I go. Next up is college breakfast. The life of a college student is tough in some ways and easy in others. But college students are always looking for ways to hack their life. One thing many college students love doing is partying and then waking up late the next day. But that sometimes clashes with their lectures, which can be very early. Well, one day someone must have woken up too late to make breakfast, but they still had to go to their lecture. So this person thought, why not open up my own breakfast bar in my college lecture? I'm not sure how they did this, but they did. As you can see, they have a full grill making pancakes and bacon. The guy even went as far as to bring sauce into this lecture. Of course, this guy's still doing his work. But the fact he got up so late he had to make breakfast in his lecture is lazy but genius. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I guess this guy agrees with that statement. I'm not sure if he exactly needed pancakes and bacon. When most people are running late, they just grab a protein bar and a cup of coffee. But I guess this guy has one big appetite. I don't understand why this guy's sitting all alone. If there's one guy you should make friends with in college, it's the guy who will bring you bacon and pancakes. Next up is lazy drink. So you know when you're sitting on your couch watching TV and then you have to pick up your drink? I can't think of anything more exhausting than doing that, right? Well, that's why someone made a workaround, so they could chill out on their couch and not even have to bend over to pick up their drink. As you can see, this lazy guy attached many straws onto each other. He then put that in his drink, put the other end in his mouth, and laid back. As you can see, this guy can now sip his drink while relaxing on his couch. His roommate might not be into it, but this guy is having the time of his life. Bill Gates says when he has a complex problem, he gets a lazy person to solve it. This is because they always find a quick and easy way of doing it. I'm not sure if Bill Gates would regard picking a drink up as a complex problem, but if he does, then this guy has got him covered. Next up is dog rolling. So if you're living in 2018, you likely walk your dog. But if you're living in 3018, your dog walks you. Walking the dog is a chore many people don't like to do. It takes a lot of time and also a lot of energy as well, especially if you have an energetic dog. Well, that's why this guy decided to solve that problem. He grabbed an office chair on wheels and something to read. He then took hold of his dog's collar and allowed his dog to lead the way. As you can see, this dog can go wherever it wants and this guy is pulled along behind. This way he can still keep an eye on his dog while also walking it. And the guy can even get his reading done all at the same time. I just hope that dog has a good sense of direction and doesn't walk them into traffic. But as long as your dog's not a psychopath, you should be good. Next up is eye tape. We used to lay on our beds and watch our TVs. Those TVs could be mounted to the wall or perhaps on a table. But nowadays everyone watches things on their iPads and iPhones. The only downside to this for lazy people is of course you need to hold your iPad. Of course there are expensive and inconvenient inventions which hold your iPad for you while in bed. But maybe that's not ideal, plus you have to pay for it. Well, one lazy genius in a dorm room decided to make his own iPad holder. As you can see, he simply used duct tape and suspended his iPad from the wall. This way he can play games and watch movies, no hands required. When his dorm mate walked into his room, he was stunned, not only by how lazy he was, but also by how innovative he is. He couldn't resist taking a picture and it went viral online as many people said this is a great idea. Just try not to ruin the paintwork when you take that duct tape off. Next up is popcorn bowl. So yet another thing you have to use your hands for is eating. Why is it that you actually have to move your body to do things? If you're a lazy genius, you may think that picking things up is so 2018. Well, let's go on over to 3018, where you have the popcorn hoodie. Simply grab your hoodie, put it on the wrong way, and then use the hood as a bowl for popcorn. As you can see, that's what this guy watching a movie is doing. If you don't fill it up very high, this could also be a cool way to sneak food into class. Let me know whether you think the popcorn hoodie is awesome or stupid. Next up is Ice Blast. So one annoying chore everyone has to do when it gets cold is defrosting windows. Now that's already bad enough, but it's one guy's job to defrost these giant satellites. Of course that's very difficult and takes a lot of time as there's ice in hard to reach places. Well, that's why one year this guy decided to get innovative and bought some super soakers. Instead of water, he filled them up with de-icer, and just like that, he could stand back while super soaking these satellites with the de-icer. I have to say, this is incredibly genius. Instead of getting a ladder and climbing up these big satellites, he simply just super soaks them. Not only has this guy made his work easier, he's also made it way more fun. His job has gone from one most people wouldn't want to do to one everyone would. Next up is Cookie Car. So who doesn't love baking some fresh cookies? I'm sure we all do, but many people don't like the process of baking. You have to know all of the oven settings, times, and more. Well, that's why on one hot day, someone simply used their own car. We all know that sometimes on hot days, cars can turn into ovens. Well, this guy decided to take that literally and put cookie dough in his car. Believe it or not, after a few hours, it actually baked. And this man is not the only person to cook things on their car. A few years back in the summer, one Texan cooked an egg on his car. The temperatures reached record highs, and the metal on the guy's car was actually hotter than most frying pans, so this worked out fine. Let me know if you would want to eat car cookies or car eggs. If anyone says no, then I'm pretty sure you're lying. Next up is eyelid stickers. So after a night of hands-free iPad movie watching, you may be pretty tired. And because not everyone can come in late after chilling out in a traffic jam, you may be tired. There's nothing worse than being tired at work. And if you have your boss and many employees around you, you can't just simply take a nap at your desk. Well, that's why one Japanese guy made this invention. He made this invention called eyelid stickers. In Japan, it's a massive epidemic that people are working way too long. You see many Japanese businessmen collapsed at their desks. Well, this product called eyelid stickers fixes that problem. You simply stick these over your eyelids and you can take a nap. They're kind of like the painted on eyes in Pirates of the Caribbean, except these are really good for fooling your co-workers. Just remember to take them off after you're done sleeping. Otherwise, your co-workers will be pretty freaked out when they realize you never blink. Next up is lawnmower. So one chore no one likes to do is lawn mowing. It's very boring, time-consuming, and energy-consuming. Well, that's why one very lazy genius decided to make good use of his flagpole. He simply got some rope, tied his lawnmower to it, and then tied that to the flagpole. He then turned his lawnmower on and let it go loose. As you can see, the lawnmower now cuts his grass in a spiral. Each time the lawnmower goes around, the rope gets shorter, pulling the lawnmower more in. This way, the lawnmower mows in a circle around this guy's pole. This is pretty awesome, but your neighbors may be confused when they see what looks like a crop circle around your flagpole. Also, if you do this, you better make sure that rope's tied on tight. You would not want a rogue lawnmower terrorizing your neighborhood. Something tells me your neighbors won't exactly be pleased when their dog's been run over by your rogue lawnmower. Next up is golf dog. On the subject of dogs and walking dogs, here's another very lazy dog walker. So we've seen the lazy office chair dog walker. Well, now's time for the golf cart dog walker. Are you so rich and lazy you don't want to walk your own dog? Well, then just hop in your golf cart and then drive your dog around. Your neighbors might think you're slightly weird driving around in a golf court High School Musical style, but at least this way you won't have to walk your own dog. I have to say, this is incredibly lazy but also pretty creative. But of course, to do this you have to have the budget for a golf cart. So I think it's gonna have to be an office chair dog walk for me. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most genius lazy person on this list. I think it's the person making breakfast in their college lecture. Whoever that guy is, he's onto something. If you guys want more awesome videos, then why not check out my second channel? There's some fun life hacks and DIYs on there, so be sure to check that out on screen right now. But as always, thank you for watching. Check out some more videos on screen, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting